problem of evil is one of the most famous objections raised against the existence of God. It's often traced back to the ancient Greek philosopher Epicurus, who questioned, if God is all-powerful, he can prevent evil. If he is all good, he would want to prevent evil. Yet, evil exists. So, either God is not all-powerful, not all good, or God does not exist. Sounds like a strong challenge, right? But today, we're going to walk through why this argument is far weaker than it first appears, and why, from both a theistic and Islamic perspective, evil not only fails to disprove God, but actually reinforces deeper truths about divine wisdom and human existence. Let's first clarify what we mean by evil. In Islamic thought, scholars like Ibn Sina, Avicenna, defined evil as inadequacy or privation, the absence of good. For example, the burning heat of fire can harm, but that heat is part of what makes fire what it is. To remove that capacity would destroy fire's very nature. Other scholars, like Al-Razi, described evil in cultural terms, tied to pain and pleasure, while Al-Zamakhshari categorized it as moral evils, like human wrongdoing, or natural harms, like poisonous animals. Importantly, Ibn Taymiyyah argued that what we see as evil is often relative. From a limited human perspective, it seems absolutely bad, but from God's all-encompassing wisdom, it serves a greater good, even if we can't always perceive it. Here's the key philosophical point. If an atheist claims that evil proves God doesn't exist, they are assuming that objective evil exists. But how can they make that claim without appealing to a higher standard of morality? As C.S. Lewis famously put it, a man does not call something crooked unless he has some idea of a straight line. Without God, morality becomes relative, just personal or cultural opinion. And if morality is relative, then there's no such thing as objective evil. It's just things we happen to dislike. So the atheist is caught in a contradiction. If they deny God, they lose objective morality. If they lose objective morality, they lose the ability to claim that something is objectively evil. But if they can't claim objective evil, they can't use evil to argue against God. Even among non-religious philosophers, the so-called logical problem of evil, the claim that God's existence and evil's existence are logically incompatible, has largely been abandoned and enlisted as a logically bankrupt idea. Prominent atheist philosopher William Rowe admitted, "No one, I think, has succeeded in establishing such an extravagant claim." There is a fairly compelling argument for the view that the existence of evil is logically consistent with the existence of the theistic God. Similarly, agnostic philosopher Paul Draper wrote, "In order for a logical argument from evil to succeed, it is necessary to show that for some known fact about evil, it is logically impossible for God to have a good moral reason to permit that fact." Most philosophers nowadays believe this cannot be shown. In short, philosophers today agree that you cannot prove God doesn't exist simply by pointing to evil. Islamic theology offers an additional perspective. Tests and trials are part of life's purpose. Hardships, suffering, and even apparent evils are woven into the fabric of human moral growth and spiritual testing. As the Quran teaches, God's wisdom is vast, and what we perceive as purely harmful may carry hidden benefits. We are finite beings with limited understanding. Just as a child may not understand a parent's discipline, we may not grasp God's reasons. But belief in divine wisdom means trusting that life's difficulties have meaning, even if veiled from us.
آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير لا يكلف الله نفسا